Hello, and welcome to Stretching the Word. I'm your host, Sister Valerie, and not today, devil, just not this year. Let me see if I can kind of, as they say, jog your memory. What comes in a little yellow can with a red top? I'll give you a second. And I think it's got a little man on it. You can't remember? It's Play Doh. We all had Play Doh. We would roll it and mash it and make little things out of it. And Play-Doh has expanded so where, they came out with tools and you can make cities and everything with it. Now, but the one thing about Play-Doh was if you left the top off, Play-Doh was going to get hard on you. And if you didn't smush it and mash it and roll it just right, I'm talking about the old Play-Doh that I know. This new stuff is far better. But if you didn't mash it and put it together just right, when you tried to pick up them pieces, something was going to fall off. Well, why am I talking about Play-Doh at my age? Because I'm definitely not playing with Play-Doh anymore. I'm talking about Plato because I want to go to Jeremiah chapter 18, verses 3 and 4. Jeremiah 18, verses 3 and 4. While you're getting that, I'm going to tell you that they say that there are 4 or 5 different kinds of clay. Well, I wasn't concerned about all of that. What I am concerned about is one particular clay that I'm going to try to pronounce it. I believe it's polymer. I'll just say the sculpturing clay. And they say that you can do anything with sculpturing clay. They say that this clay will never dry out until you put heat on it. As long as you don't put no heat on it, it will last forever, they say. So you ready to go to Jeremiah 18, starting at verse 3 now? And it says, BBE, then I went down to the potter's house, and he was doing his work on the stones. We've all seen, movies or pictures, where people are sitting in front of this big wheel-like thing, and it's got a lump on it to begin with, but then the wheel starts to spin, and they moving their hands to make whatever. Verse 4, it says, and when the vessel which he was forming out of earth got damaged in the hand of the potter, he made it again into another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter to make it. Now, you can continue to read Jeremiah 18. You can continue to read on down, but I'm going to stop right there because I'm talking about clay. Now, I told you that sculpturing clay never dries out, they say, until you put some heat. And then it says that Jeremiah was sent down to the potter's house where the potter was using clay. Now, it says he was forming it. So he's using this clay and he hasn't brought out any heat. So that means the clay is moldable. He can just shape it and work with it. If he don't like it, he didn't say, bam, I'm throwing this away, I'm getting rid of it. And so when we mess up, God doesn't say, I'm throwing you away. But also, did you notice something else? Clay wasn't talking back. It wasn't saying what he wanted to become. It said it was in the hands of the potter to do whatever he wanted to do with it. We, as they say, are the clay, and God is the potter. And a lot of times, we don't like what's going on in our lives. But I have come to learn the lesson, as I always say, that God always knows what's best for us. But the world, which I'll refer to as heat, and remember I said the clay can be molded into anything until the heat gets put to it. Sometimes we let the heat of the world harden us, and then we tend to want to harden our heart. Let's not get hardened. Let's not be a hard lump of clay, but let us remain shapeable, moldable, so that God can use us to do His will.